Hi everyone, it's Karen, and I'm here today to show you a quick flip through of what I'm using my Chic Sparrow A6 size Creme Brulee Deluxe cover for. So I love this leather. It smells so wonderful. But I want to do a quick flip through of what I'm using this gorgeous thing for. So inside, as you saw, I have four inserts, and I also have a fountain pen. I haven't tucked anything in any of these pages or any of these little slots, but they're available. These inserts I found at Target. They are by Green Room, and they came in a packet of 3, and I want to they were under $5 for a packet of 3. I want to think they were either $3.99. I don't think they were $2.99. Maybe they were only $2.99. Anyway, I have 4 inserts in here. I've also tucked in here a little page with some guidelines of where I've done some markings in here, because what I'm planning on using, or what I have been using this book for, is for tracking. Although one of the inserts I've been using for something else, and I suspect I'm going to pull that one out and do something instead. I'm using, on all of these, I'm using my Pilot Metropolitan fine nib with black ink in it. So that's the pen that lives here all the time. And I have 3 different trackers. Well, I'll show you what I have in each of these books. The first one, I have my YouTube stats. And I started this in November because I got the cover in November during the Black Friday sales, and I also picked up the books back then as well. So I started keeping track of this, and what I do is I just mark down each of the days, and I just keep track of how many views I have, the amount of time people have been watching, and the number of subscribers I have. So I'm just, each morning when I get on the computer, I just check and see what my YouTube stats are. And then I've continued on to December, and I will sketch out the lines for January. I'll probably get going on that soon because we're running out of December soon. So I'm filming this on the 24th of December, and I'll post it sometime later. But I need to draw up my guidelines here for keeping track in January. This booklet, what I had been using it for, and I've only used 1 page, is I've just jotted down some ideas for YouTube videos. And I'm thinking that I'm not using it, I'm not thinking to turn to this particular book to do so. So I'm thinking what might happen is that I might move the track, or move my YouTube brainstorming video ideas into a different book. I'll probably, since I've only used 1 page, I think what I might do is I might just pull this page out and use this for another page for tracking something else to begin for the 1st of January. I'm mulling that over, but I'm not 100% sure I want to keep this particular book in here for this purpose. I'm thinking that I'm better off using it for a tracker, because over the last month and a half that I've been using this, I have been consistently tracking in 3 of the books, and I think it'll be good to have maybe another tracker in here. I didn't do as good a job in the beginning of my Hobonichi Techo, where I was keeping a tracker, and I'm thinking I might do a better job if I keep the tracker in here, because I am tracking in 3 other books. So if I have the 4th one in here, I'm more than likely to remember to fill out that book as well. So this booklet is likely to change. I also have a next tracker I have is my activity tracker. And what I've been doing with this for the last while, and I just have, it tracks across the whole, both pages, and I've done for November and continuing also for into December as well. And with this one, what I do is on my Fitbit, each morning I check my Fitbit. So for my activity, I go back to what I've done when I check on my phone in the morning and what I was doing with my Fitbit for the day before. So that's why you see here that this has been updated to the 23rd. So I did this in the morning of the 24th of December, and I filled in my activity level for the previous day. And I have a little asterisk here because that was the one day that I forgot the darn thing at home. I was charging it and I went off to work without it. So all the walking I did, everything I did that day was a complete waste. Just kidding. So that's why I have such a super low number here. But anyway, and I also have color coded this. So at a quick glance, I can see how poorly I'm doing in terms of activity. I have and I track my steps, the number of floors I climb, the number of miles I've done, the calories I burned, and the number of active minutes. And then I have coded here the number of the levels that I have for each of these categories. So if I've colored it in with a red pencil crayon, and I'm just using Crayola Twistables, I will, if it's red, that's bad. Stop, I need to reconsider. Yellow is use caution, I should be doing better than that, and green is good, go ahead. You'll notice how stinky a job I'm doing here. There's no green on this page, none. So my goal is to get more green on these pages. And you can see I've only had a couple days where, not even a couple days, one day in all of November, I didn't once go over 10,000 steps. And I only once climbed more than 10 flights of stairs. I had the higher calorie burn and over an hour, almost an hour of minutes of activity. The only day, the whole month. So I'm looking at this and knowing I need to work harder at improving this into the new year. Same here, I only had one day where I just barely went over and got a green marking here. So I need to work on this coming into January. So that's one of my goals for 2020 is to get more green on these pages. My other tracker I use is a sleep tracker. And I also have just tucked in here an extra page that I use as a blotter. And here again, I've done this for November. And again, it goes across 2 pages. And I've kept track into December so far. And again, when I get up in the morning, I check my phone and sync my Fitbit to my phone in the morning when I get up. And I mark down what time I went to bed, what time I got out of bed in the morning. I track the number of hours that my Fitbit tells me I had sleep. And then I also track the hours awake, the hours of REM sleep, the hours of light sleep, and the hours of deep sleep. And I only color code the number of hours of sleep column. So if I have more than 8 hours sleep, it gets colored in green. And then I've done this in a little bit more fine-tuning the number of colors I'm using. So over 8 hours is green, orange is 6 to 7 hours sleep, yellow is 7 to 8 hours sleep, and then if it's colored in red, it's less than 6 hours sleep. So again, I can see at a glance how I'm doing in terms of my sleep. I want to see mostly green and yellow. I don't manage to get more than 8 hours sleep that often, relatively speaking. But I do want to see some green and mostly yellow. I want to see very little I want to see less of the green, or sorry, I want to see less of the orange and red. So again, here I'm seeing mostly yellow, one green. Seeing more orange and more orange on this one. So this the first part of December was very busy, and now I'm getting into Christmas break here, so I'm catching up on sleep right now. So that is, let me just tuck this back in here somewhere. So there we have my Chic Sparrow A6 Deluxe in the Creme Brulee leather, and this is what I'm using for my tracker. I've started in November and I'm going to continue using this through into the new year, and as long as the inserts last me. So thanks for watching, take care everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.